Alright, well, uh, we've got a wolf demon willing to speak to Koga. So, I guess let's just try and rescue Kagome, if we can find her. Let's see here. In the translation, according to Google Translate, this guy is saying, up ahead is the Lost Forest. It seems that a tribe of wolf demons lives in the interior. In the English version, he says, this is the Lost Forest. It seems that the wolf demons live deep inside of it. I wonder why it's called the Lost Forest. Uh-oh. Let's see. Google Translate. No, apparently the wolf demon is saying, oh no! Personally, I think that should come out as, not good. But in the English version, they did translate it as, oh no! From Google Translate, the other wolf demon says, hey, let's run! In the English version, they instead had him say, run away. As far as comparing to the translation, or the Google Translate result, I do like the result a little bit. Although you could probably reword it as, hey, let's get out of here. And it could probably be fine. And from Kururugi, Google Translate has their dialogue come out as, oh, wait! While the English version just has Kururugi say, hey, wait! I do kind of like the English version's take of, hey, wait, but maybe, maybe wait a moment could work too. But now, we gotta track them down. But, well, this place is a really bad maze. Even if you know beforehand what the actual directions are to get where you're supposed to go, the story's going to tell you no. Okay, that's the White Tiger Ring, which wouldn't be too bad for Songo, but I think she's fitted out just fine. Well. Okay. So I did enter from a different screen compared to when I did the English version. But this is the proper interaction. According to Google Translate, the wolf says, damn it, here it comes again! In the English version, they instead had the wolf demon say, damn, not again! Followed by, run away! While, according to the Google Translate results, the other wolf demon says, let's run away! Though any variant of that could work fine, like, let's get out of here. And then that's just Kururugi saying, hey, wait! Again. So the English version just went with, wait!
また逃げられたよ。
According to the Google Translate results, Kururugi is saying they got away again. The English version wasn't too different with they ran away again. But the English version did have Kururugi sound a bit more irritated by it. While the Japanese version, Kururugi sounds a bit more disappointed that they weren't able to speak with the wolf demons.
あの養老族がお前の顔を見るだけで逃げ出すとは。
Let's see. From Moroku, the Google Translate result is... No, apparently, those wolf demons would run away just by seeing your face. While in the English version, they had Moroku say, as soon as they see you, those wolf demons run away. Well, let's see, Oh. Yeah, okay. Yep. As I thought. Now we're getting lost. I mean, as we should. I thought there were supposed to be random fights here, though. I don't remember if I found this guy or even talked to him in the when I played the English version, but according to Google Translate, he says, I came here because I heard there was a mysterious forest called the Lost Forest in this area. I walk and walk, but I just can't find it. I wonder where it is. You're inside a forest, trying to find the lost forest, and you can't find it. Alright, my guy. Kinmoku say, finally managed to catch another stream. Welcome. Glad you could make it. You're in for a fun time, because we have to deal with Koga. You already missed him kidnapping Kagome, so now we have to go and get her.
いいもの見つけた。
Let's see. Is this the item I was looking for? Oh god, Koga time. Definitely sounds like him. The interesting thing is, when you first meet Koga, Koga wants to kill Kururugi because he believes Kururugi is attacking his new friends, which, for anyone familiar with the anime and manga, given when this game is supposed to take place, Koga only has 2 friends with him. So the implication here is, in Curse Mask timeline, Koga somehow found a bunch of other wolf demons that likely had no other tribe, and he was just like, alright, fine, you can all come with me, we can find somewhere else. Which is a little weird for him considering his vendetta against Kagura and Naraku, but hey, whatever. But he was so dead set about killing Kururugi that he wouldn't even listen to Kagome until Kagome said, look, until they can prove this kid's innocence, I'll be your hostage. And he was just like, oh, hell yes. Because to Koga, it's like, win-win. Here we go. Got the Beast King's Bones. English version just calls it the Beast Bones for whatever reason, but, considering what Beast King means, as far as yokai are concerned, that's, That means something. Come on. I need equipment. Thank you. Where is it? There we go. The Beast King Bone is +7 to attack and +1 to speed. It is the strongest of the bone equipables that InuYasha or Shippo can equip. So, unless I somehow find 2 more of these, this is the best I'm going to fit InuYasha out with. Because I don't need anything else on him. That being said, since I have the Demon and Dragon Bones... Oh, he already has the Demon Bone, so just may as well. It'll help him out a little bit, I guess. Let's see. That boosts attack and defense. Would it really be worthwhile to give you something, given your stat? Probably not. But, as I also pointed out when we dealt with Sesshomaru had 28 speed. Oh, look at that! Shippo has 28 speed. He is now as fast as Sesshomaru. Like, Shippo is the fastest character in the party. Easily. Granted, he's not that strong, but... It means he can get his Foxfire defense up and whatever else. Just double checking this one. I believe this is... No, Sacred Tree Leaf. Alright. Alright, where are those wolf demons? Hold on. Automod got you for that. So Shippo's whole stats at the moment is really just, you want to see some real speed, bitch? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Like, I mentioned when back in the castle when we had Sesshomaru. Sesshomaru's got capped stats. He has 250 in all of his stats except for his speed, which is at 28. Because speed stat doesn't really matter. And Sesshomaru's stats are just lying anyway. Uh-oh. I think I am actually legitimately lost this time. Oh no. Uh-oh. But again, Sesshomaru's speed was at 28. Oh hey, look at that! Finally a random encounter! Good! I needed that. Yeah, essentially, Shippo is going to be the one who throws out all the items. After, throwing out his Foxfire defense. Because there's literally nothing else for him to do. You know what? We got the 2 energy left. No, that's heal. I need fire. Wow, okay. Yeah, we're actually dealing with some tough ones now. Actually, hold on. No, I'm trying to think of something. And it doesn't really matter. Oh! Hello! Co-op tech. I believe that is Moroku and Shippo. Yep. Moroku and Shippo have learned a co-op tech. Nice. Alright, change of fortune.
どちらになるかはわかりませんな。
I don't remember if I translated this one before. According to Google Translate, Myoga's saying, life is full of ups and downs. There are joys and sorrows, and you never know which one it will be. Okay, so it's going to flip-flop between either the best or the worst fortune. Fantastic. Come on. This way? Nope. Rabbit. Down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
また来やがったぞ。
Yeah, no, like, any path you take in this forest can lead who the hell knows where. Great. Now I need to find where the hell they were when I did the English one. Because I need to compare what they say. Oh, there we go. Let's see. According to the translation, the Wolf Demon says, "Here we go again." But in the English version, they had him say, "The kid is here again."
なんてしつこいやつだ。
From Google Translate, this one comes out as, "What a persistent bastard." I mean, given Koga's wolf demon, that would make sense. In the English version, they just had them say, "How persistent." For whatever reason, the English version was very self-conscious about letting the characters swear. The only quote-unquote curse words that they allowed in this game were hell and damn. Although actually no, I think they let Bastard through it on a couple of occasions. I don't remember.
お願いだよ。待ってってば。
Yeah, so like it's really weird that they just restrain themselves knowing the series. Let's see, from Google Translate, Kururugi says, "Please wait." I feel like there should be more to that from the translation, but okay. The English version just had Kururugi say, "Please wait" too. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Automat is just kicking into gear today. I was about to say, I'd be really shocked if they didn't drop at least one bastard. If they did, easily, it would come from InuYasha. Like, no question. If anyone were to say it at all in this game, it would be InuYasha. The second person I'd expect it from is Koga. Anyone else, not so much, because they don't really have anyone else from the anime who would say it. Let's see. Right, the police wait. And then they just run anyway.
お前の偽物はあいつらによっぽどひどいことをしておるんじゃな。
From Shippo, translation comes out as, "Your fake must have done some pretty nasty things to them." Of course, it'd be InuYasha. It's too iconic. Koga's definitely second for that, though. Yeah. In the English version, Shippo says, "Whoever's pretending to be you is doing some really awful things to them." That's just InuYasha saying, "Damn it." which he also says in the English version, so spot on.
こうなったらあいつら踏ん捕まえて甲賀の居場所を吐かせようぜ。
Let's see. Here. According to translation, InuYasha says, if this happens, let's catch those guys and make them find out where Koga is. I do feel like that needs to be reworded, because in the English version, InuYasha says, let's just catch one of them and make them tell us where Koga's lair is. So, as far as the translation is concerned, it should probably be reworded as, if this keeps happening, or if this happens again, let's just catch those guys and make them tell us where Koga is. Or make them show us where Koga is. I feel like one of those would work better. If DBK were here from last stream, they could definitely give a better shot, but it's too early in the morning for them, so.
それはいきません。それでは我々が本当に悪者になってしまう。
Let's see, from Moroku, Google Translate has him saying, you cannot. Well then, we really become the bad guys. I feel like that is a poorly worded translation, because in the English version, Moroku's response is, that wouldn't be right. Then we'll really become the bad guys. So I feel, as far as rewording the translation, having Moroku say, you cannot, in like a don't you do it kind of way would make sense as a start. And then probably otherwise, we really will become the bad guys. They would line up a bit better with what the English version has, but just based on what the Google Translate result was giving me, I feel is the best possible result without wholly changing.
焦る気持ちはわかりますが、今少し我慢するのです。
But again, I'm just going off of my limited knowledge and whatever. Then he continues with, according to Google Translate, I understand that you're feeling anxious, but please be patient for now. In the English version, he says, I know how you feel, but we have to be patient. A little interesting, because it does come off as a little different, with the English version having Moroku say, I know how you feel, while, according to the translation, he says, I understand you're feeling anxious. Just kind of, different context, I feel, for that. And then, from InuYasha, the translation is, but, which the English version also does, because, like, InuYasha doesn't know what the hell else to do.
そうだ。ねえ犬夜叉、あいつらの匂いを追うことはできない？
And then Kururugi bringing up something that, at the very least, InuYasha should have tried from the get-go. According to the translation, saying, yes, hey InuYasha, can you follow their scent? Which I feel should be slightly reworded to be, right, or, oh right, hey InuYasha, can you follow their scent? Because starting with a yes here just feels weird. In the English version, Kururugi says, oh yeah, can't you catch their scent? So again, just like comparing to the Google Translate result, changing the yes start to oh right, or oh yeah, like the English version did, then follow with hey InuYasha, can you follow their scent? Makes sense.
匂い養老族のか。
Let's see. Google Translate, what the hell? Give me a second here. I know this one's not too accurate, but... Okay. Poor results on both fronts. In the English version, they had InuYasha say, "Do you mean the wolf demon scent?" I think what the English or what the Google Translate result was trying to give is InuYasha saying scent. You mean the wolf demons or the wolf tribe? Either one works.
そう。
From Kururugi, that's a confirming nod, followed by yeah, or that's right. In the English version, they just have Kururugi say yes. So I do feel reword, like having the translation be like the affirming nod and yeah, or that's right, is better than the English version just saying yes.
養老族の連中は足が速いからすぐ逃げられちゃうけど。
Let's see. And then Kururugi continues. According to the translation, the wolf tribe members are fast, so they can easily escape. While in the English version, Kururugi says, the wolf demons have quick feet, so they can run away quickly.
逃げていった彼らの匂いを終えたら、彼らの住処か何かにたどり着けないかなって。
According to Google Translate, Kururugi continues with, if you could follow their scent as they run away, we might be able to find where we might be able to find their home or somewhere. Well, in the English version, they had Kururugi say, but if we trace their scent, then we can follow that to where they are.
そうだね。養老族はどこかに集落を作って暮らしているはずだ。
I mean, to be fair, that is a smart idea from Kururugi, but given it's InuYasha, that should have been the first fucking thing he did. From Songo, according to Google Translate, she says, I agree. The wolf tribe must have built a settlement somewhere and are living there. I think settlement should be something else. Probably a lair or something, because although that's what the English version refers to it as, but I just think settlement would be a bit too much considering it's the wolf demons. But whatever. In the English version, Songo says, yes, the wolf demons must have a lair somewhere nearby.
集落があるなら、カゴメ様もきっとそこにいますな。
And then from Roku, according to Google Translate, if there is a settlement, Lady Kagome will surely be there too. In the English version, they went with, if there's a lair, then Kagome must be there too. So just worded a little differently, but it's not too different. And of course, with the translation having Moroku called Kagome Lady Kagome is in line with the manga.
どう、犬夜叉。
And then starting with Kururugi nodding in agreement again. According to Google Translate, the result is, yeah. What do you think, InuYasha? Which is interesting, considering Kururugi only said, duh, InuYasha. So they the translator just kind of pulled a bunch extra out of that, but it makes sense. In the English version, Kururugi says, I see. How about it, InuYasha? Which is an interesting contrast, because the English version having Kururugi say, I see, to start, in response to what Moroku said about if there's a lair, Kagome should be there. It almost makes it seem like Kururugi didn't even consider that Kagome might be at the lair. But from the Japanese version, Kururugi nodding, like having that nod of agreement is like, yeah, like that absolutely makes sense. Because Koga took her, of course he'd keep her at his lair. So, of course, if we find the lair, we'll find Kagome. So I definitely like the translated result better. Just because of how it portrays Kururugi. Let's see. Then from InuYasha. According to the Google Translate, he says, that's right. Let's give it a try. In the English version, he says, well, I'll give it a try. Which, again, is an interesting comparison because the English version makes him seem more hesitant to do so, while in the Japanese version, at least according to the translated result I'm getting, he's like, oh, right, duh, sure, I'll try it. Alright. And that's just InuYasha saying, damn it. Also in the English version.
ダメですか。
Interesting. Okay, I feel like that translation came out wrong. Alright. Okay. In the English version, Moroku asks, can't you smell anything? According to Google Translate, Moroku is asking, is it okay? But considering it ends on ellipses, I almost want to say the translation should be, I guess not. Or something like that. Because it's like, hey, we gave the idea that we could track the wolf demons and it could lead us to Kagome. InuYasha tried, said, damn, coming out very upset, and Moroku's just like, or not. So the result being, I guess not, ... feels like it would make a bit more sense from Moroku in the situation.
匂いが弱すぎるんだよ。もっと匂いが強ければ。
From InuYasha. According to the Google Translate results, is saying the smell is too weak. If only the smell was stronger. In the English version, he says the scent is too faint if it was stronger. So, not too different.
強い匂いか。何か使えるものないかな。
honestly, look, I do kind of have an issue with InuYasha saying that the scent is too weak, because you'd think the wolf demons would have their smell all over this place. In which case, instead of InuYasha saying that the scent is too weak, it reasonably should be, I'm not getting it, like, I'm not getting a lead because there's too much everywhere. I can't get a lead on any specific direction. Especially given the nature of the Lost Forest, that would also make sense. Let's see, from Kururugi, according to Google Translate, they're saying, a strong smell. Is there anything we can use? In the English version, Kururugi says, he needs a stronger scent, huh? I wonder if there's anything we can use. Well, no use hanging around the forest, because we're just gonna get our asses lost if this keeps up. And, oh, hey,
いいもの見つけた。
this would be a tonic. Oh, hi. Damn it. Roku's too far away. Do I? No, that's items. Come on. Do I even have the energy? Come on, or I would have been able to pull it off. Yes, I would. Because, of course, it's a wind tunnel. It's only one energy. Sure. And just unfortunate that Moroku's so far in the back.
Yes.
Because absolutely I could have just thrown out a furious wind tunnel and just gotten rid of all of them at once. Oh well. Yeah. Good thing I raised that defense! Uh-oh.
まだまだ。
Whoa. I feel like that was the instant kill spell again. In which case, I don't remember if I gave him the Mystic Charm yet. But, let's clean up.
これではどうです？風間！
Get out of here.
成敗いたしましたな。ま。
It should eventually get me back to start. There we go.
この匂いは。
Ah, there we go. Let's see. Let's get to the English version. according to Google Translate, InuYasha saying, ugh, what's that smell? Well, in the English version, they just had him go, ugh, that smell.
え？何も匂わないよ。
From Songo, Google Translate is, huh? I don't smell anything. While the English version says the same thing. Huh? I don't smell anything.
間違いねえ。この匂いはあれだ。
From Google Translate, InuYasha is saying, there's no mistake. It's that smell. In the English version, he says, there's no mistake. It's that same smell.
思い出しただけでも吐き気がする。
Continuing with, according to Google Translate, just remembering it makes me feel nauseous. In the English version, they had him say, I feel sick just remembering the smell.
それってもしかしてニンニク？
From Kururugi, according to the Google Translate result, he's asking, is that by any chance garlic? In the English version, Kururugi asks, are you talking about the garlic? Yes, as we learned last time, InuYasha cannot stand garlic.
ジョゴ、ニンニクの畑はここからだいぶ離れておったぞ。
From Shippo, according to Google Translate. What the hell is that start? Give me a moment. What the hell? Why is it not translating that? What? Huh. Okay, no, even trying to type it in isn't helping. So, according to the English version, well, jumped ahead a little too much. In the English version, Shippo says, but the garlic field is pretty far away from here. Fixing up the start because it apparently refuses to translate it. Should be Shippo saying, but the garlic fields are pretty far away from here. So not too different from the English version. And I think he just vomited. That... Oh, that sure was a sound. That sure was a sound. In the English version, InuYasha, they just have Richard and Cox go, ugh. But, oh god, that sound. I almost feel like I need that sound clip.
どうやらニンニクに間違いなさそうですな。
I don't know what I'd use that sound clip for, but that is just a very interesting sound clip to me. From Moroku, according to Google Translate, Which, that doesn't seem too right either, at least how it starts. Oh no. Why are you translating that as apparently? What the hell? In the English version, Moroka says, that's definitely garlic, no doubt about it. From Google Translate, the result is coming out as, apparently, there's no doubt it's garlic. While the Deep L translator is turning out with, apparently, it looks like garlic to me. I don't know what I should change out the apparently for. Because from the Google Translate result, Moroku already has no doubt in his dialogue. What the hell? Poor guy, I remember you mentioning the garlic. Yeah, InuYasha is not good with garlic. And then I questioned how badly it would affect Sashoru if his sense of smell is apparently that much better. Because it should be even more sensitive, so Sashoru should be absolutely fucking floored the moment he picks up garlic. If just this is absolutely wrecking InuYasha. I actually think I may as well just go with the English version at this point, since I don't know what to really make of the translation results I'm getting. At least with what to do with the apparently. So the English version, that's definitely garlic, no doubt about it. Huh. I don't really need to translate that. Because it's really just Songo taking a moment to think, because, hey, she's got an idea.
こんな遠くでも匂いを嗅ぎ当てられるなら、養老族を追うのに使えそうだね。
From this, according to the Google Translate, Songo is saying, if you can detect the scent from this far away, it could be useful for chasing the wolf demons. In the English version, she says, if he can smell the garlic this far away, we can use it to find the wolf demons. So, another interesting contrast, depending on how you want to take the translation result. From the English version, it definitely gives an idea that Songo's more speaking aloud to the others, very likely following up on Moroku's like, nope, that's definitely garlic, because this is how he reacted to garlic. While the translation kind of gives the sense that Songo is specifically talking to InuYasha with, if you can detect the scent, but you could swap out the if you can detect for if he can detect, and then it would pretty much line up with the English version, just very much worded differently.
あ、そうだね。
From Kururugi, the Google Translate result has this as, I agree. Or it could also be, that's right. In the English version, Kururugi says, good idea.
ニンニクの匂いをつけられれば、たとえ逃げられても犬夜叉の鼻で追えそうだね。
And continuing with the Google Translate result, if he smells like garlic, even if he escapes, InuYasha's nose will be able to track him down. In the English version, Kururugi says, if we can get some garlic on onto one of them, InuYasha can follow the scent even if he runs away.
Hmm. それは試してみる価値がありそうですね。
From Moroku, the Google Translate result comes out with, that seems worth a try. In the English version, Moroku says, it's worth trying. Let's see.
Oh, とうとうお前さんも健康に目覚めたのかい。
Alright, let's see. From the farmer, according to Google Translate, he says, oh, have you what the? No, that translation came out really weird. Apparently Google Translate has this as, oh, have you finally woken up healthy? I have no idea why it translated as that. Huh. I mean, the Deep L translation result isn't all that much better. It's, oh, at last, you too. You're getting a little healthier, aren't you? Which, in the English version, he says, oh, did you finally realize it's good for your health? I mean, considering both translation results have the farmer remark on how much healthier the group seems to be, if the translation results are supposed to be accurate, it's very much different from what the English version has, because from the English version, it definitely gives the suggestion that the farmer's like, oh, you came back. Have you realized garlic is healthy for you? I can sell you some, or I can give you some, whatever. But from the translations I'm getting, it's more he's just a little more interested in the state of our health in general. Let's see what the response is.
そういうわけじゃないんだけど、一番匂いのきついのをちょうだい。
Alright, from Kururugi, according to Google Translate. Okay. That's a bit more in line with the English version. According to Google Translate, Kururugi is saying, that's not it, but I want the one with the strongest smell. In the English version, Kururugi says, that's not the reason, but could you please give me the strongest smelling one? So, I definitely do think the Google Translate, or both translation results from the farmer, are very much inaccurate. Unfortunately, I don't know what they should say, aside from simply going with what the English version had, because then it lines up better with Kururugi's response.
それ、とっておきのを持っていけ。
There are two more moments where InuYasha's just gonna get absolutely destroyed by the garlic. Okay, that translated result is weird again. And the other translator is turning out garbage. Got it. In the English version, the farmer responds with, "Take whichever one you like." According to Google Translate, the farmer says, "That, take your special one." Which very much seems inaccurate. I don't know what it should say. So, I just go with what the English version has, I guess. And with that, garlic obtained.
おい、ちょっと待って。俺に近づけるな。
Oh, that was a good response. Like, there was very much a cutoff of him speaking and then going, "Ugh," compared to the English version. Oh, I like that. I very much like that. According to the Google Translate result, InuYasha is saying, "Oh, hey, wait a minute. Don't come near me." While in the English version, InuYasha just says, "Hey, wait a minute. Get that away from me."
おう、犬やしがフラフラしとるぞ。
From Shippo, according to the Google Translate result, he's saying, InuYasha's staggering around. In the English version, Shippo says, InuYasha doesn't look so good. But, we've got the garlic, so hopefully now we can actually give chase to the wolf demons. But for now, I think it's a good time for us to take a quick little break. Alright. Let's go find us some wolf demons. And get them stinky. Put that stank on them. Oh, hey!
また来やがったぞ。逃げろ。
What timing? Let's see. Alright, there we go. According to the translation, or according to Google Translate, the wolf demon says, "Oh no, he's back again! Run!" In the English version, they say, "Huh? It's you again! Run away!"
もっとてめえらには甲賀のところまで案内してもらうぜ。
A little weird that InuYasha is perfectly fine here, considering what we're going to see what happens. But, according to the Google Translate result, InuYasha is saying, "Oh, you guys, I'll have you guide me to Koga's place." I do think the translation result should be more, "Hey, you guys, I'll have you guide me to Koga's place." But in the English version, they instead have InuYasha say, "You guys are gonna take us to Koga."
今だ。ニンニクをあいつらにぶつけて。
From Songo. According to the Google Translate result, it's coming out as still throw some garlic at them. Which I feel is incorrect because in the English version, she says, throw the garlic at them now. So I'm pretty sure the Google Translate was supposed to have this as, now, throw some garlic at them. You're given the option to throw it or not throw it. If you don't throw it, you just gotta transition the screen and come right back, and then you just have to go through it all over again. So, just throw it.
Hey!
Okay. I really shouldn't need to translate this. This is just Kururugi letting out the exertion of throwing. In the English version, they had him go, ha! When throwing it. Aw, look at that stink cloud. What a nice green stink cloud all over the wolf demons. According to Google Translate, he's saying, what is the smell? In the English version, they have him say, what's that smell? And we think garlic has as much an effect on wolf demons as it does on InuYasha. According to Google Translate, this one is saying, that's unbearable. Ugh. In the English version, the other one says, I can't stand it. Ugh.
今だ、イヌヤシャ。あいつらの匂いを追って。
And then from Kururugi, according to Google Translate, they say, now InuYasha, follow their scent. Which, is exactly what they went with for the English version.
って、イヌヤシャ?
Let the fun begin. From Google Translate, for whatever reason, it is translating this as, is that InuYasha? It should be, InuYasha? The English version just had Kururugi ask, InuYasha?
ダメだ。死ぬ。
Yeah. How were you fine just before we threw it? When you previously begged us to keep it away from you. And you were such a mess, and now you're such a mess. Like, what? This honestly makes no sense for InuYasha, but whatever. According to the translation, he's going, it's no good. I'm dying. In the English version, he goes, ugh, I can't. I'm gonna die.
また匂いにやられたのじゃな。まったく、だらしのないやつじゃ。
From Shippo, according to Google Translate, he is saying, the smell got you again. What a sloppy guy. In the English version, Shippo says, the smell got him again. You're such a mess. So, honestly, not all that different.
うるせえ尻尾。後で見てろ。
I don't know why. Hearing InuYasha just getting so sick like this is really funny to me. Okay, the Google Translate result is a bit weird. I don't think the other one's gonna be any better. Kind of it is. So in the English version, InuYasha responds with, "Shut up, Shippo. I'll get you later." From the Google Translate result, InuYasha is apparently saying, "Don't worry, Shippo. Check it out later." Which makes no sense. From the Deep L translator, though, it has InuYasha saying, "Shut up, Shippo. See you later." So honestly, the English version just seems more accurate.
Yare yare, darashi no nai.
Then from Moroku, according to Google Translate, he responded, "Oh dear, how sloppy." Which follows up what Shippo said about calling InuYasha a sloppy guy. In the English version, Moroku just says, "You poor thing."
一言だと思いやがって。
And then from InuYasha, from Google Translate. Okay, I didn't expect it to turn out that much from the translation. According to Google Translate, InuYasha says, "You're just pretending it's someone else's problem." Which... okay. In the English version, InuYasha responds with, "Like you care."
InuYasha 頑張って。カゴメさんが心配じゃないの？
From Google Translate, Kururugi... Huh. Okay. I do feel like that can be reworded because the translation result's a little weird. So according to Google Translate, Kururugi says, "Good luck, InuYasha. Aren't you worried about Kagome?" I do think it should say, "You can do it, InuYasha." Largely in part because the English version pretty much says that with, "You can do it, InuYasha. Aren't you worried about Kagome?" Which, yeah, that would line up perfectly.
心配なわけあるか。勝手にあんな狼なんかについていきやがって。
I'm interested in what this says because remember when we first met Kagome in the Japanese version, Kururugi was the one who was like, "Hey, Kagome, is InuYasha your boyfriend?" And then they had a thing where neither of them said anything, but both of them were blushing. But the way InuYasha spoke here is interesting. He very much sounded incredibly annoyed. But in the English version, he comes, like, the way he speaks comes off as more, he doesn't care. Like, he's not interested. In the English version, InuYasha says, "Why should I be worried? She went with that wolf of her own free will." But from the Google Translate result, it's not too different, but again, from the way InuYasha spoke, is interesting. So the Google Translate result comes out as, why should I be worried? She followed that wolf on her own accord. But given that the exclamation mark is there, I feel that the translation should be, I'm not worried one bit. She followed that wolf on her own accord.
とっとと探し出して文句言ってやんねえと気が済まねえ。
Okay, this is interesting now. In the English version, InuYasha follows up with, I need to find her quickly and give her a piece of my mind. And the English version very much gives the impression that he's trying to say it under his breath. But according to Google Translate's result, which might not be completely accurate, it comes out as, I won't be satisfied until I find him and complain about it. It might be more accurate if it was until I find her and complain about it. Which... I don't know if I'd really say it lines up with the English version. Just based on what the English version said compared to what the translated result came out with. Even if I just changed the find him to find her. But, I don't know where my mind was trying to go. I was trying to think of, like, what, like, the kind of reasoning InuYasha says, like, I won't be satisfied until I complain about it. I'm gonna guess the situation, probably the whole having to track her down and subject him to the garlic.
やっぱりカゴメが心配なんじゃな。
Let's see, from Shippo, according to Google Translate, is saying, yeah, I think that needs to be reworded a little. According to Google Translate, Shippo is saying, I guess I'm just worried about Kagome, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say, I guess he's just worried. Because in the English version, Shippo says, I think he is worried about Kagome.
うるせえ。お、こっちだ。
From InuYasha, his response is, shut up! Hey, over here. Just changing the conversation to, oh, by the way, the wolf demons are in this direction. In the English version, he says, shut up! Oh, it's this way.
頑張れ、犬夜叉。
This should be pretty simple. It should just be, I mean, close enough. According to Google Translate, Shippo says, good luck, InuYasha. It could also be, go for it, InuYasha. In the English version, they had Shippo say, you can do it, InuYasha. Which gives off the same vibe.
誰が頑張るかよ。
Oh, hold on. Okay, no, this is interesting. English version for a little bit of context. So after Shippo's, you can do it, InuYasha. In the English version, InuYasha just responds with, whatever. According to Google Translate's result here, InuYasha says, who's going to try? Which, if we keep the question mark, and keep the translation result as is, then Shippo's result should have been, try your best, InuYasha, and then he's just going to say, who's going to try? I am going to do my best. Otherwise, yeah, it very much depends on what you translate Shippo's result as. If you have it as good luck, InuYasha, then InuYasha's response could be, I don't need luck. Or if you have Shippo's as, you can do it, InuYasha, it's like, then his response could be, of course I'm going to do it. Or, of course I can do it. It really just, that's definitely a case of, like, contextually, they're pretty much the same. So they're largely interchangeable. Alright. Now we get this, which came up a little interesting in the English version, so I wonder how the Japanese version did it.
この辺は妙に匂いが薄いな。
Let's see. According to Google Translate here, InuYasha is saying, the smell is strangely faint around here. While in the English version, InuYasha says, the smell around here is really faint. Which I feel in this case, the translated result, having InuYasha point out that it's strangely faint, is just a bit more interesting. Because that definitely makes the area come into play later.
InuYasha, こっちじゃない?
And then from Kururugi, okay, that's worded weirdly. According to Google Translate, Kururugi says, InuYasha, aren't you over here? Which definitely needs to be reworded, because in the English version, Kururugi said, isn't it this way, InuYasha? So, for the Google Translate result, I do think it should instead be reworded to InuYasha, isn't it over here?
Mizuがあるところは匂いが消えるって聞いたことあるよ。
Interesting translation result. From Google Translate, apparently Kururugi is saying, where there is water, I've heard it gets rid of odors. Which I feel very much needs to be reworded. In the English version, Kururugi instead says, I heard that scent disappears around water. I'm just not sure what I'd reword the translation result to be. That doesn't really need translating. That's just Songo realizing something's about to happen.
え、何サンゴさん?
Which is interesting because the Japanese version had Songo go, like she's trying to stop Kururugi. But in the English version, they had her go, like she's getting a little worried. But from Kururugi, Google Translate has this as, what is it, Sango? The English version just has Kururugi ask, what is it, Sango?
うわ
And then he falls in.
そっちは沼になってるって。
Okay, no. The Japanese reading definitely comes off better than what the English version did. Because in the English version, right after Kururugi falls in, Sango just says, there's a swamp! But from the Japanese version, it very much gets off that she was trying to explain as Kururugi was falling, but then he fell in and she was like, oh, too late. According to Google Translate, Sango says, it's turned into a swamp over there. But from the way she said it, it would very much be she's trying to say it's turned into a swamp, but then as he falls in over there. And an interesting response from Moroku, because in the English version, Moroku's response is, too late. But according to Google Translate, Moroku just chimes in with a, looks like you're late. So, yeah, there's definitely an interesting change of tone in their conversation here between the English and Japanese.
参ったな。泥で真っ黒だよ。
Let's see. Huh. Interesting translation. In the English version... they very much had a very weird line read of Kururugi just saying, I'm covered in mud. But definitely from the way Kururugi speaks in the Japanese version, it's very much a, oh fuck, how the hell am I supposed to describe this? Like, just something of a whine, like, they just got, like they just had a bunch of garbage tossed on them, like, ugh. And then the rest of the translation comes out as, oh, no, it's all black with mud. Which, considering he's wearing a white shirt, actually, Kagome wears a white shirt, too, underneath a yellow sweater vest. Yeah, like, that would be, pretty bad.
ごめん。
I don't really need to translate that. That's just Sango a little embarrassed that she wasn't able to stop Kururugi from falling into the swamp in time. So she's just kind of giving an embarrassed, sorry. But in the English version, the way they have her say sorry in the English version very much gives off a feeling that Sango feels guilty that Kururugi fell in, like it was her fault. I don't know.
サンゴさんのせいじゃないよ。
According to the Google Translate result, Kururugi says, it's not your fault, Sango. While the English version just has Kururugi say, it's not your fault. But again, the tone of their voice is different. from the Japanese one, like, Kururugi's very much trying to, trying to be gentle with Songo, saying, like, hey, it's not your fault. But in the English version, it was more of a, it's not your fault.
それにしてもこれはひどい。すぐに着替えないといけませんな。
Now this is going to be interesting. What does Moroku say here? Huh. I mean, it's not too different from the English version, but definitely the way he speaks is definitely different. In the English version, Moroku says, this is bad. You need to change right away. And I never understood that. Like, what about Kururugi being covered in mud is a bad thing? From the Google Translate results, Moroku says, but still, this is terrible. You need to get changed right away. From the translation result and how Moroku spoke, it is almost like Moroku's trying to say, you need to change out of those clothes before you get sick. Whereas compared to the English version, I honestly don't know how I'd describe it. He does speak with a bit more urgency in the English version, but it just comes off as weird to me.
着替えといえば。
Okay. So according to Google Translate, Kururugi says, speaking of changing clothes, I do feel like that can be reworded a little, because in the English version, Kururugi asked, change my clothes? I think for the translation, it could be reworded to, you say to change my clothes. Because it's been a while since we got the extra pants from Kaede, so it'd be like, you say to change my clothes, but I don't have a change of clothes. What am I supposed to change into?
楓ばあちゃんから借りた袴があったよね。
But then in comes Songo. And in the Japanese version, very much mentions the hakama, or hakama. Let's see. According to Google Translate, Songo says, you borrowed a hakama from Grandma Kaede. While the English version has Songo say, we've got those pants from Grandma Kaede. Even though, when we got them, when we got the you got said item jingle and text in the English version, it says, you got old-fashioned pants. And put in brackets, also known as hakama. Why not just call them hakama in the English version, you idiots?
うん。泥だらけは嫌だし、とにかく着替えるよ。
From Kururugi. According to Google Translate, Kururugi says, yeah, I don't like getting muddy, so I'll get changed anyway. I feel like that can be reworded a little bit. In the English version, Kururugi responds with, Oh yeah, I hate being covered in mud, so I better change. So I know the English version has Kururugi start with "oh yeah," but I think the Google Translate result starting with just "yeah" doesn't sit right with me. Probably instead change it to a "right," as in like, "oh, right, those pants." And then otherwise, just like, I don't like being covered in mud. So, eh.
Oh.
Huh. I don't think I need to translate that or really can. That's just more Moroku being impressed. In the English version, they had him go, like he's giving Kururugi a quick look over.
そうしていると、まるでこの時代の人のようですね。
Uh... Okay, the translation results worded a little interestingly. In the English version, Moroku says, "You look like you could be from this era." So verbatim, the Google Translate result has Moroku say, "When you do that, it's like he's from that era," which I feel needs to be reworded. Probably to, "When you wear that, it's like you're from this era," which would fit a little bit with the English version. I'm going to be a little interested when I get to this part with Kagome in the Japanese version, because in the English version, Moroku says, "You look great in those pants." So I'm curious what Moroku says to Kagome in Japanese in this scene. Also, just the way Kirby Moro as Moroku says, "You look great in those pants," lives rent-free in my head.
そうかな。
Let's see. According to Google Translate, Kururugi says, "So, I guess so. I do feel the actual translation should be, is that so?" In the English version, Kururugi, or Michiru, responds with, if I can get to it. Yeah. In the English version, Michiru responds with, "Really?" But then that's it. Nothing else. And just like with the green one in Kasasagi Town, Kururugi's got no shoulders in this thing. But at this point, we pretty much just have to follow InuYasha's directions. If he says he's losing track of the scent, then you're going the wrong way.
こっちじゃねえな。こっちからは匂いがしねえ。
Let's see. Yeah, according to Google Translate, InuYasha says, "Not this way. I can't smell it from here." I don't remember what he says in the English version, but it's pretty much going to be the same thing.
本当に当たっとるんじゃろうな。
So, again, if he ever says this, turn around and try a different way. According to Google Translate, Shippo says, "You're really right, aren't you?" I'm pretty sure that should be Are you sure about that?
今は犬夜叉を信じようよ。
And then from Kururugi, according to Google Translate, they say, for now, let's trust InuYasha. Here. Down from the rabbit. And there we go.
どうやらこの奥が養老族のねぐらみたいだな。
It really isn't that short once you have the garlic on them, but again, even if you already know this and try to go this path before having to go find the garlic, you're not going to find the path. Because there's a code flag of like, oh, you did the thing with the garlic? Okay, now it works. How do I know this? If no one's had a look at the game's code, that's the only thing that makes sense as far as the game is concerned. Let's see. According to the Google Translate result, InuYasha is saying, it looks like the Wolf Demon Tribe's lair is in the back here. In the English version... Oh boy. I actually got into a fight before I got to this point in the English version. Alright. There we go. In the English version, InuYasha says, I think the Wolf Demon's lair is over there. Which, kind of a tone difference from the Japanese version. The English version is InuYasha saying, I think it's over there. But according to the translation, InuYasha's like, it looks like it's over there. So the Japanese version comes off a bit more sure that they're going the right way.
Kagome-san, 無事だといいけど。
And then from Kururugi, according to Google Translate, they say, Kagome-san, hope you're okay. I'm pretty sure this is the same no matter what route you're on. Because if this was route specific, that's interesting. If it isn't route specific, then it's very much a, like, Kagome offered herself as a hostage to Koga to keep him off of me. So, I feel like this is my fault. In the English version, Kururugi says, I hope Kagome is okay. That also reads a little interestingly. For the English version, it more reads that Kururugi is saying out loud that they hope Kagome is fine, that anyone else could respond to. But from the Google Translate result, since in the Japanese text it's in the Japanese style quotation marks and not brackets to indicate inner thought, Kururugi is certainly saying this, like speaking it, but saying I hope you're okay gives the idea that Kururugi's saying this under their breath to themselves, like trying to make sure the others don't hear. But then InuYasha's response, okay, very much leads to otherwise. Because according to the... No, wait. No, that's an interesting translation. Because that does not follow up on Kururugi, like, trying to call them out. Or whatever. Because in the English version, they very much have InuYasha respond to what Kururugi says with, of course she's okay. Let's go. According to Google Translate, InuYasha says, "It's been decided. Hey, let's hurry." Which, I don't know. It's been decided being the start. Very much feels weird. The Deep L translator instead has InuYasha's dialogue as, "Of course it's safe." So I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say, "Of course she's safe." Let's see. Although if the Deep L translator is having it as, "Of course she's safe," then for Kururugi's translation, it could be, "Kagome-san, I hope you're safe," or "I hope she's safe," considering InuYasha responded. Otherwise, the Deep L translator could also be reworded to, "Of course she's safe," or "Of course she's okay." So, again, really, it's as long as it matches the context, there are other words that it could be. This one is saxifrage, okay. Okay, so from Moroku, according to the Google Translate result, he's saying, "This is the wolf tribe." I do feel that needs to be reworded, because in the English version, he says it's a wolf demon. Because spotting the wolf demon bodies. So I think the Google Translate result should be, actually no. Given this situation, Moroku saying this is the wolf tribe is more of a recognizing that they're wolf tribe demons, so, or yokai, whatever, rather than just people. So it's like, oh, something happened. Okay. From Kururugi, according to Google Translate, they're saying, no, that comes off weird. I'm gonna do the English version first for context. So in the English version, Kururugi says, "What an unforgivable thing to do." The Google Translate result has Kururugi saying, "I can't forgive you for doing such a terrible thing." Why is the "you" in there? Who is Kururugi referring to with the "you"? So I'm pretty sure the translation result should be, "I can't forgive anyone for doing such a terrible thing." Because all they know is that there's a fake who looks like Kururugi running around doing stuff. But beyond that, they don't know anything else. From InuYasha, the translation result is, "I don't know who it is, That means the culprit is nearby. In the English version, he says, I don't know who did this, but I think he's nearby. Can't really inspect them.
あ、また。
Huh. Interesting. One moment. I want to try something. Okay. So, according to Google Translate, Kururugi says, again. But in the English version, Kururugi instead says, huh? Wait! And from the English version, it's more... It gives more of a feeling that as soon as they see the wolf demon at the tree, Kururugi is under the impression that they're either going to run away or possibly try to attack. Though, given previous instances, run away would be most likely. But the translated result being, again, is, oh, another wolf demon. That's just pained groaning. Or grunting, I guess? In the English version, he very much goes, Don't really need to translate that. That's just Kururugi going, huh? In both the English and Japanese.
大丈夫。手当てするから待ってて。
Let's see. According to Google Translate, Kururugi is saying, are you okay? I'll take care of it, so just wait. While in the English version, they have Kururugi say, are you okay? Let me heal your wounds.
みんな、息のある養老族がいるよ。
And then here, according to Google Translate, Kururugi is saying, everyone, there's a breathing wolf, there's a breathing demon wolf tribe here. I'm pretty sure that should say, everyone, there's a breathing wolf tribe demon here. Or just wolf demon, or yokai. In the English version, Kururugi says, everyone, this one's still alive. So, kind of interesting wording choice between the two. The English one being that the wolf demon is still alive versus is still breathing. Granted, in the situation, they can both mean the same thing, but I don't know. Just kind of interesting.
とりあえずこれで大丈夫。
Alright. From here, from Google Translate, Kururugi is apparently saying, for now, this is fine. In the English version, Kururugi says, you'll be okay for now. I do think I'd go with the English version in this case. Just for the context and the situation. Like, yeah, the translated result is pretty much the exact same, just worded differently. I just kind of prefer the wording of the English version. Uh-oh. I don't need to translate that. That's just a shocked gasp. Or something. But I'm pretty sure these two are actually supposed to be, specifically, the two wolf demons that, that are constantly following Koga around. I forget their names. Okay, no! This is very much a tone difference! This is very much a tone difference from the English version! Oh, you're gonna find out why. So, according to Google Translate, Kururugi here is saying, ah, good. And you could tell from the tone, Kururugi was very excited, like, oh, thank goodness, someone's shown up to help this wolf demon. But in the English version, Kururugi goes, oh, good. Almost like, with a tone of, they are dreading the fact that they got found by these two other wolf demons, and it's like, shit is just gonna get so much worse now. There is very much a tone difference between the English and Japanese version here. 100%. And I very much prefer a more optimistic Kururugi. Let's see. From Google Translate, the wolf demon is saying, you bastard! How dare you harm my friends! In the English version, he says, what did you do to my friends? Which makes Kururugi's surprise make so much more sense if you go with Kururugi's initial reaction of, oh, good, there's help, rather than the English versions of, oh, shit. Because in the English version here, Kururugi goes, what? But, and then Kururugi in the Japanese version is just like, wait, what? I thought you were here to help. Also, something else to note, in the English version, aside from Koga, all of the wolf demons use the exact same voice actor, so you can't tell which one is actually speaking. Granted, it doesn't really help that all of them are named Wolf Demon in both English and Japanese, though the English version shortened it to W Demon because they ran out of character space. But at least with the Japanese version, they did give every wolf demon their own voice. Like, damn, the English localization dropped the fucking ball. So, from Google Translate, the wolf demon is apparently saying, it's a big deal, let's let Koga know. While in the English version, the wolf demon says, this is terrible, I have to tell Koga. The one I have an issue with, as far as the translation result goes, is the, it's a big deal. I feel like it should be, this is bad. Let's let Koga know.
待てよ、僕たちは何もしてないって。
And then from Kururugi, according to Google Translate, they're apparently saying, wait, we didn't do anything. in the English version, Kururugi says the exact same thing. But then the wolf demons run away anyway.
また誤解されたようですな。
From Roku, according to Google Translate, he says, it seems there's been a misunderstanding again. Well, in the English version, he says, they've mistaken us again.
どうやらあの養老族たちは私たちが傷つけたと勘違いしたようだ。
From Songo, Google Translate has her saying, it seems those wolves misunderstood and thought we had hurt them. While in the English version, Songo says, no matter what, those wolf demons will think that we attacked them.
この先から養老のやつらの匂いがプンプンしてくるぜ。
Let's see. According to Google Translate, InuYasha is saying, the smell of the wolves is strong from here on out. While in the English version, he says, I can smell the scent of wolf demons all around here.
きっとここにカゴメもいるに違いねえ。うだうだ言わずにさっさと行くぜ。
And then the Google Translate result continues with, I'm sure Kagome is here too. Let's not hesitate and get going. In the English version, he says, Kagome must be near here too. We can't waste any more time. Let's go. But I think now is a good point to take another quick break. Alright. Let's go get Kagome back from Koga.
Ah, Kagome-san.
I shouldn't need to translate that. That's just Kururugi calling out the Kagome. Which the English version also does, so...
みんな
So I know I don't need to translate this, it's just Kagome saying everyone. But she definitely says it differently from the English version. The English version, they definitely have Kagome say that, or have Monika's story as Kagome say everyone, like, that she is ecstatic that the others have arrived to maybe get her away from Koga. But the tone here for the Japanese version is, does give me the sense of, while she is glad to see them, what happened to the plan?
Kagome, 無事だったか?
From InuYasha, according to Google Translate, he says, Kagome, are you okay? In the English version, he says, are you alright, Kagome? Which, basically the same thing. Don't need to translate that. That's just a surprised gasp.
まさか黙ってカゴメを連れてく気じゃねえよな。
One moment. According to Google Translate, Koga is saying, no way. You're not just going to take Kagome away without saying anything, are you? While in the English version, Koga says, you're not trying to take Kagome away without me knowing, are you? Interesting. Although considering there's no question mark here, I have to wonder if the translated result even needs the "are-you" at the end, and should maybe just be, "No way, you're not just going to take Kagome away without saying anything."
なんだと？やんのかこの痩せ狼。
Let's see. From InuYasha, according to Google Translate. Okay, the result is coming out weird. Is the other one gonna come out any better? I don't think so. Alright, one moment. Alright, so that's not helping any. In the English version, InuYasha says, "What? Do you want to fight, you mangy wolf?" The translated result from Google Translate is apparently having InuYasha say, "What? What is it, this skinny wolf?" What's the follow-up?
犬っころ、てめえも一緒にぶっ倒してやる。
Alright, Koga, what did you say? According to Google Translate, Koga says, "You little dog, I'll knock you down together with the others." Oh, one moment. Okay, so Koga's, "You little dog, I'll knock you down together with the others." In the English version, he says, "Hey, Mutt, should I knock you down as well?" So what the hell is InuYasha saying in the Japanese version? I almost... until I can figure something out regarding that, I'll probably just go with the English version of InuYasha trying to start a fight with him. Because let's face it, that's completely in character for the both of them.
あれは助けてやった養老族だよ。
Let's see, from Songo, according to Google Translate, she's saying, "Oh, it's the wolf tribe I helped." Let's see. In the English version, Songo says, "There's the wolf demon that we helped." And I didn't hear them say yokai in there, so I guess the translated result should be, "Oh, that's the wolf tribe we helped."
あのよ、子が。
interesting translation here. Because in the English version, the wolf demon turns to Koga and says, Koga. But according to the translated results, after the wolf demon turns to face Koga, says, like that, Koga. Like, trying to be like, yeah, that's what happened. Like, calm down. While the English version kind of gives the idea that it's only now that the wolf demon is trying to say something to Koga, but might be too scared because Koga's got 2 jewel shards. He's stronger than any other wolf demon here. So he's like, oh, like, Koga's like this. I don't want him to fucking beat my ass. But, again, the Japanese version very much gives a, like, very much makes the scene read differently. Koga's response here, according to Google Translate, is, I understand. But in the English version, Koga says, okay. But definitely in the English version, he's much more wary, because in the English version, he follows up with, no matter what your story is, it's not like I can believe you just like that. I don't think the translation for Koga will be too different from the English version, but I do think it will change the will change the read of it. Yeah, there we go. That makes a lot more sense. According to the Google Translate results, Koga says, "But no matter what you say, I can't just believe it that easily." So yeah, like, there's very much a different intent with this bit from Koga and that other wolf demon. Because the intent from the translation result that I'm getting very much reads like, okay, I do get that you helped this friend of mine, but I can't just believe what you say because of what happened. I can let that one go, but it's going to take more than that to convince me. Whereas from the English version, it's more of, I don't give a fuck what you say. I am not gonna believe you.
Ah, そうだぜ.
From one of the other wolf demons. Apparently, the translation is, oh, that's right. While in the English version, they just say, you're right.
それにあの小僧、どう見たって襲ってきたやつに間違いねえ。
And then continues with the Google Translate results being, and that kid, no matter how you look at it, I'm sure he's the one who attacked us. While in the English version says, and that boy looks exactly like the one that was attacking us.
やっぱりその小僧が仲間を殺した犯人じゃないっていう証拠を見せてもらわねえとな。
Let's see what Koga says here. According to Google Translate, he says, I really need to see some proof that this kid isn't the one who killed my friend. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be plural friends. in the English version, Koga says, you have to prove that he isn't the one that killed our friends. So again, there's very much a different read of intent here. Because in the English version, Koga is continuing off from what he said before of basically saying, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm not gonna believe it. You're gonna have to give me proof. The Japanese version is, okay, I can believe that you helped my friend here. But I can't just take you at your word. If you want me to believe you, I'm going to need proof.
それとも素直にその小僧を渡す気になったのか?
Let's see. And then he continues with, according to Google Translate, or have you simply decided to hand over the boy to me? While in the English version, he says, or you can just hand him over to us. Wow, yeah, no. The English version of Koga is very different from the Japanese version of Koga. At least, like, especially when it comes to how Scott McNeil reads Koga's lines and Koga's Japanese character voice reads them. Like, Japanese Koga sounds a bit more relaxed. Like, much more, like, especially at this point, much more willing to hear things out. Or give the group a chance to talk, at least. Whereas in the English version, he's like, look, someone who looks like this kid has been messing with my crew, and I'm pretty sure it's this kid. I don't have proof that it's this kid. I don't care. Give him to me, and I'm going to kill him. But of course, like, we didn't come with any proof. We helped the one demon, we thought that would be enough, and then just came to find Kagome. Whoops!
どうしても分かってもらえないのかな?
And, Kururugi's inner thoughts, which makes sense. In the English version, Kururugi's thoughts are, why won't they believe me? While, according to Google Translate, okay, hold on. Okay. So, according to Google Translate, Kururugi's thoughts are, no matter what, I wonder if you can't understand. According to the Deep L translator, Kururugi's thoughts are, I just can't help it. I don't know if you understand. I definitely don't think I can go with what the English version had here. But both translation results very much leave something to be desired for me, so I'm gonna see what the hell I can do. Okay, let's see. So for the translation, I almost want to go with It can't be helped that they can't understand.
でもこのままじゃカゴメさんが
Would make sense because... Which would make a little bit of sense because here Kururugi starts with demo, which usually means but or however. Yeah, here we go. According to Google Translate, Kururugi's thoughts continue with, but if things stay like this, Kagome-san. In the English version, Kururugi's thoughts continue with, but we can't leave Kagome like this. Actually, hold on. I think I got something a little bit better for the previous part of Kururugi's inner thoughts. So instead, I do think a better worded translation for it would be, it can't be helped that they won't believe us. Or it can't be helped that they can't believe us. But if things stay like this, Kagome-san. And then here, we're given one of 3 choices. In the English version, the choices are, say that you aren't the killer, get mad at Koga, or listen to Koga. 2 of these are complete nonsense that don't progress anything and just brings you right back to making a choice. So I'm just going to ignore those options, even though I should check them for the sake of translation. Because when I did the English version of this, I could not remember if I ever did the say you weren't the killer or get mad at Koga options. So I did them, and I absolutely fucking regretted them. Let's see. According to Google Translate, the options are claim not to be the culprit, get angry at Koga, or listen to what Koga has to say. Well, I know which one it is. I'm not gonna bother messing with the other 2 because, again, like they don't progress the scene. It puts you right back in the choices, so they don't matter.
Wakata. 君の言うことを聞くから、その代わりカゴメさんを返してくれ。
So in the English version, Kururugi says, okay, I'll listen to what you say. If you give Kagome back. According to the Google Translate results, Kururugi says, I understand. Because I'll listen to you. In return, give me back Kagome. Alright. Kururugi just saying, give Kagome back to me. Which, actually, no, the Deep L translator result is a lot better. I actually kind of like the wording of the result. Because according to the Deep L translation result, Kururugi says, I get it. I'll do what you say. In return, I want Kagome back. Yeah, no, I definitely like the Deep L translation result here. Sounds a lot better.
なんてこと言うんだ。そんなことしたら。
From Songo, according to the Deep L translator, she's saying, "What are you saying? If you do that..." In the English version, Songo says, "What are you saying? You can't do that." So, again, just kind of intent difference with Songo. In the English version, Songo's straight up saying, "You can't do that." But from the translation, Songo's saying, "If you do that," and then she just kind of trails off, like, if you go ahead with this choice and do what Koga says, things are gonna go bad. Like, you'll most likely die. Whereas Songo in the English version is just, "No, not a chance. Don't do it."
おお、ようやく自分が犯人だって認める気になったか。
Alright. I think this will be interesting. Let's compare Koga, because Koga's been very different so far between the two languages. According to Google Translate, Koga says, "Huh, are you finally ready to admit that you're the culprit?" While in the English version, Koga says, "So, you finally admit that you're the killer."
そうじゃないけど、これ以上カゴメさんをこのままにはしておけないんだよ。
And then from Google Translate, Kururugi is saying, "That's not true. But I can't leave Kagome like this any longer." In the English version, Kururugi says, "No, but I can't leave Kagome here like this anymore." One moment. I do think I could touch up the translation for Kururugi a little. Just considering Koga's translation came out as, "Are you finally ready to admit that you're the culprit?" I think instead of starting with "That's not true," it should probably be "That's not it." Or "That's not the case."
おめえ、自分が何言ってるのか分かってんのかよ。
Let's see, from InuYasha, Google Translate has him saying, "Hey, do you know what you're talking about?" I think that could be reworded to, "Do you know what you're saying?" Which lines up a little bit closer to the English version with InuYasha just saying, "Do you realize what you're saying?"
分かってるよ。カゴメさんを返してくれるなら、僕を好きにするがいいさ。
Alright. In the English version, Kururugi responds with, "I do. If you give Kagome back, you can do with me as you please." The "I do" being in response to InuYasha, of course, and then "if you give Kagome back" is turning their attention back to Koga. Let's see. So the Google Translate result has Kururugi say, I know. If you give me back Kagome, you can do whatever you want with me. So, from the translation results, Kururugi starting with, I know, kind of makes sense, considering InuYasha said, do you know what you're saying? But it could also be... I could also go with Kururugi answering I do to InuYasha, do you know what you're saying? Because it largely means the same thing, but whatever. Yeah, I am liking the Google Translate, the translation results more.
ほう、なら殺してやるからこっちへ来な。
Okay, I do think this is Koga getting a little angered again. According to Google Translate, Koga says, ah, well, then come over here and I'll kill you. While in the English version, Scott McNeil makes him much more aggressive. With, oh, then I'll kill you. Come over here. Like, Koga in the English version very much comes off as more demanding in this entire scene compared to the English version, who's been a bit more amicable in his tone. And then here he's like, well, I can at least, like, at the very least, I can appease everyone. Like, we can make them feel safe or whatever.
やれやれ。少し懲らしめてやらないといけないようですね。
But Kururugi doesn't have to do this alone. According to Google Translate, Moroku says, well, looks like I'm gonna have to punish him a bit. While in the English version, Moroku says, I guess we have to teach him a lesson. And then Shippo, according to Google Translate, says, idiots don't understand what you say. In the English version, Shippo says, you idiots don't know how to listen.
結局こういうことになるのか。
And then from Songo, Google Translate has her saying, on the end, this is what it all comes down to. In the English version, she says, is this how it's going to end up?
みんな
I don't need to translate that. Okay. There, again, another kind of intent or tone difference. Kururugi going, Mina, to everyone, like, Kururugi is surprised that everyone's just going to step up to protect them. While in the English version, Kururugi says, hey, wait, like they're trying to stop everyone because, again, Kururugi believes that that Kagome is only in this situation because of them. Kururugi's pretty much like, no, like this is my problem to solve. you shouldn't need to get involved.
バカ、おめえ一人で頑張ってんじゃねえぞ。
From InuYasha. According to Google Translate, he says, "You idiot. You idiot. You're not doing this alone." In the English version, InuYasha says, "Idiot. You're not the only one in this fight."
犬夜叉。
I don't need to translate that.
何ごちゃごちゃ言ってんだ。
From Koga, according to Google Translate, he's saying, "What are you babbling about?" While in the English version, they have him say, "What are you mumbling about?"
その小僧をかばうってなら、犬っころ、てめえも一緒にぶっ倒してやる。
Let's see. According to Google Translate, Koga continues with, "If you try to protect that boy, you little dog, I'll knock you down together with him." It is interesting that apparently Koga's phrasing has this thing about knocking people down. Like, who the hell does he think he is, Garland? In the English version, he says, "If you're on his side, mutt, then I'll kill you too."
待って。
I don't really need to translate that. That's just Kururugi saying, "Wait." Which the English version does as well, but, one moment. Yeah, okay. In the English version, the way Kururugi says "wait" is like there is very much more they're panicking. Like Kururugi's going, "Oh, like shit, everyone's trying to protect me, and now Koga wants to kill them too. Shit, wait." While the while the Japanese version is was much more calm. So, like, it very much, like, there's definitely very much a difference between how the English version and the Japanese version portray the characters. It's especially the new characters.
ん？これからって時になんだよ。
Let's see. This. That was, okay, that start was kind of like a surprise, taken off guard growl? But for the translation, according to Google Translate, Koga's saying, "Just when we're about to start, what is this?" But in the English version, all he says is, "What? What is it now?" So again, the English version of Koga is very much more impatient. Because, like, he was raring to go to fight and kill everyone. Whereas, I am bad with words. I am very bad with words. For the Japanese version, Koga is definitely more like, "You said you would do whatever I request, so what's going on now?"
やっぱり僕のこと好きにしていいって言ったの取り消すよ。
Let's see. From Kururugi, according to Google Translate. Kururugi says, "I've decided to take back what I said about you being free to do whatever you want with me." Yeah, okay. The translation missed something. The yapari at the start is on second thoughts. So it should be... the translated result should be, on second thought, I've decided to take back what I said about you being free to do whatever you want with me. In the English version, Kururugi says, I know I said you can do with me as you please, but I take it back.
なんだと
Alright. From Koga, according to Google Translate. Yeah, okay. That's just a what? Which the English version does too.
僕、自分が犯人じゃないっていう証拠、君に見せられない。
Let's see. According to Google Translate, Kururugi responds with, I can't show you the evidence that I'm not the culprit. In the English version, Kururugi says, I can't prove to you that I'm not the killer.
でも、僕は本当にやってない。信じてもらえないかな。
From Google Translate, Kururugi continues with, but I really didn't do it. Can you believe me? While in the English version, Kururugi says, but I really didn't do it. Won't you believe me?
随分と虫のいい話じゃねえか。
Let's see. From Koga, according to the Google Translate. What? The fuck? What? Huh. No, the translation's coming out weird. In the English version, Koga's response is, how can I believe you? What the hell is going on here? What the hell does that even mean? Okay. Okay, I have no idea what the hell is being said here. One moment. I think I can try something here. Well, I don't know how long it'll be before I possibly get a response for a translation on this. So for the moment, I guess we'll just take a quick break. Well, I haven't heard back anything about what the translation for this from Koga should be. So I have no idea what it should be, because according to Google Translate, it's coming out as, for a long time, isn't that a good story for Mushi? Which I have no idea what the hell that's supposed to mean. According to the Deep L translator, Koga says, "Very well, it's a nice story." But that doesn't make sense either. And I don't know if I want to go with the English versions. How can I believe you? But that feels like it's the most likely possible thing, given Kururugi is question of considering what Kururugi said of, "I really didn't do it. Can't you believe me?"
生意気な小僧だ。今すぐやっちまおうぜ。
Let's see. From the Wolf Demon, according to Google Translate, he's saying, "Hey, what a cheeky boy. Let's do it right now." While in the English version, he says he thinks he's so smart. Let's get him now.
俺の牙で噛み裂いてやるよ。
Let's see. From the other one, according to Google Translate, he says, "I'll tear you apart with my fangs." In the English version, he says, "I'll use my fangs to tear you apart."
コーガは仲間のために怒ってるんだよね。
Okay, so this is spoken aloud. Or out loud. Let's see. According to Google Translate, Kururugi says... There's two ways this could be read. In the English version, Kururugi says Koga is doing this for his friends. The Google Translate result, verbatim, is coming up as, "Koga is, you're angry for your friends." So it could either be, Koga is angry for his friends, or Koga, and then a possible comma, you're angry for your friends.
僕も僕のこと大事に思ってくれる仲間のために死んだりできない。
This continuation feels weird. Because it feels a little too short for what's here. Let's see. In the English version, Kururugi continues with, "But I can't die either, because I have friends that love me and will suffer if I do." So I think the translation should be, "Me too. I have friends who care about me, so I can't die for my friends." I don't know, something about that doesn't seem right to me. Like, the Google Translate ends with, "I can't die for my friends," and the Deep L translator result ends on, "I can't die for my people." It's... see. How can I fix this up? I do feel like the English version is close. but not worded all that well compared to, like, because the Japanese version starts with a "me too." Actually, no. I know exactly how the hell I could reword this. I don't know if the Japanese words for this are present in what Kururugi said or in the text here, but I'm trying my best. So, let's see. From the previous one. If we went with Koga, you're angry for your friends. Or probably you're doing this for your friends. To better match the English version, I guess. And then following with, me too. I have friends who care about me and would be angry. And would be angry if I died. Well, angry or upset. Hold on. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Okay. So the character for anger is not in Kururugi's statement at all. Alright, interesting to know. Sorry, I'm just checking stuff right now. Okay, hold on. Okay, no, I think I've got it. So, Kururugi saying, Koga, you're angry for your friends. Me too. I have friends who care for me. And so for them, I can't die. Or for their sake, I can't die. Or probably, for their sake, I can't die yet. Actually, give me a sec on this one. I mean, you guys can't see what the hell I'm screenshotting to run through the translator, but whatever. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so for this I'd probably have it be me too. I have friends who care about me, and for their sake, I can't die yet. That's probably the best I can do. Ay, ay, ay.
あのよ、子が。
And then that wolf demon just does the same thing that he did last time. Like that, Koga. Which, okay. In the English version, he says, Koga again. I don't know.
仲間か。
That I don't need to translate. That's just Koga saying friends, huh? Which is also what he says in the English version. And then Kururugi just nodding in confirmation. While in the English version, they have Kururugi say yes.
Soか。
From this, according to Google Translate, Koga says, I see. Which is also what he says in the English version.
どうやらこいつは犯人じゃねえらしいや。
Let's see. And then continuing with, according to Google Translate, apparently this guy isn't the culprit. Well, in the English version, Koga says, well, it doesn't seem like this is the killer.
こうがいきなり何を。
One of the other wolf demons, the Google Translate says, Koga, what are you doing all of a sudden? While in the English version, the wolf demon instead says, Koga, why all of a sudden?
いいのかよ、子が。
And the other one, according to Google Translate, is saying, are you okay, Koga? In the English version, the wolf demon says, are you sure, Koga? I think I'd go with the English version on that front. Alright, in this regard.
ああ、こんなアホな小僧には闇討ちなんて真似はできねえ。
Especially given...
別にいるに決まってら。
Especially given that response at the start. Which according to the Google Translate result is... Yeah, a stupid brat like that wouldn't be able to carry out a surprise attack. The culprit must be someone else. Well, in the English version, Koga says, this silly boy couldn't possibly be the stealthy killer. The killer is someone else. I mean, I do like the wording of the Google Translate result better than the English version. Very much so.
ありがとう、コウガくん。分かってくれたのね。
And then from Google Translate, Kagome is saying, thank you, Koga-kun, for understanding. While in the English version, Kagome says, thank you, Koga, for understanding. I mean, okay, I did misread the Google Translate result. the result it's giving is thank you, Koga-kun, you understand, instead of for understanding. I just thought for understanding fit better, but I think Kagome saying thank you, Koga, you understand might be fine too.
じゃあ私は帰っていいかな。
And then continues with, according to Google Translate, then may I go home? I don't think it's supposed to be may I go home? Because in the English version, Kagome says, so, can I go now? One moment. If the character for home is actually in here, then I can't really argue that. Let's go, let's return. Okay, the character for home is not in there, so the translation should probably be, then, may I go now?
ああ、もう少し一緒にいたかったけどな。
And for Koga, Google Translate has him saying, yeah, I wanted to spend a little more time with you. While in the English version, he says, yes, I wanted you to stay longer, but...
Kagome-san, ありがとう。
I don't need to translate that, that's just Kururugi saying, thank you, Kagome. Which the English version, more or less, still has him say just Kagome, thank you, instead, but whatever.
おい、ぬっころ。
Then from Koga, Google Translate has him saying, hey, dog. While in the English version, he says, hey, mutt.
なんだよ、痩せ狼。
And then the Google Translate result for InuYasha is, what is it, skinny wolf? While in the English version, InuYasha says, what do you want, you scrawny wolf?
いいか、カゴメは俺の女だ。今は預けとくが、手出すんじゃねえぞ。
And then the Google Translate for Koga comes up as, listen, Kagome is my woman. I'll leave her to you for now, but don't lay a hand on her. While in the English version, he says, Kagome is my girl. You can have her back for now, but you better not touch her.
この痩せ狼、言うにこと書いて何言いやがる。
According to Google Translate, InuYasha is saying, you skinny wolf, what are you even saying? And in the English version, he says, who does this mangy wolf think he is? Kind of interesting, the Japanese version is very much InuYasha snapping back at Koga. The English version is definitely comes off more InuYasha thinking out loud.
うせえ、カゴメにはな、俺みたいな男が似合うんだよ。
What the hell is that translation? Alright, according to Google Translate, I'm definitely going to be fixing this up. Koga is apparently saying, "Shut up, for Kagome, a guy like me suits her." While in the English version, he says, "Shut up, Kagome needs a man like me."
ちょっとちょっと、私の気持ちは無視なわけ？
According to Google Translate, Kagome says, "Wait a minute, are you ignoring my feelings?" While in the English version, she says, "Hey, what about how I feel?"
二人ともアホじゃ。
From Shippo, Google Translate it has him saying, "You two are idiots." While in the English version, Shippo says, "You're both idiots."
あの
Let's see. The translation result's not turning out too well for Kururugi, but I'm pretty sure the English version is fine with Kururugi saying, excuse me. Trying to get Koga's attention, of course, makes sense.
なんだよ。
Koga has a much more calm tone here responding to Kururugi than in the English version. In the English version, he sounds very much more annoyed, like, who, kind of like, what? Why are you getting, like, why are you butting into my fight? With the stupid dog. But from Google Translate, Koga is apparently saying, "What is it?" Or, more calmly, "What is it?" While in the English version, Koga's just like, "What?"
取り込んでるところ悪いんだけど、犯人は探さなくていいの？
Let's see. From Google Translate, Kururugi saying, "I'm sorry to interrupt you, but don't we need to find the culprit?" While in the English version, Kururugi says, "I'm sorry to interrupt your argument, but don't you think we should be looking for the killer?" Huh. This is also different, because in the English version, Koga's response is almost like he's annoyed that his focus is being shifted to what's more important. But in the Japanese version, Koga's reaction here is more like, "Oh, shit. Right."
僕も手伝うから早く見つけようよ。
And then the translation from Kururugi is coming up as, "I'll help you, so let's find it quickly." While in the English version, Kururugi says, "I'll help. Let's find the killer quickly."
見つけるって言われてもよ。
What the hell? The Google Translate result for Koga is coming up as, you might say I'll find it. The Deep L translator is having it as, I don't know if I'm supposed to find out. Both of them feel incorrect to me because the English version has Koga saying, but how do we find the killer? So I almost wanted to take the translation result as, how are we supposed to find them?
犯人がいそうな場所とか心当たりはないの？
Let's see. Kururugi's response is, according to Google Translate, do you have any idea where the culprit might be? And in the English version, Kururugi says, can you think of anywhere nearby where the killer might be?
そいつを知ってたらお前なんか相手にしてねえよ。
See, for this one, Koga's apparently saying, oh, come on now. Okay, so in the English version, Koga's response is, if I knew that, I wouldn't have come after you. The Google Translate result came out as, if I knew that person, I'm not interested in you. Which I very much feel needs to be reworded. The Deep L translation result is coming out as, if I knew him, I don't give a shit about you. So, just as off as the Google Translate result. So I think, given the Google Translate results wording, it should be changed to, if I knew that, I wouldn't have been interested in you. Or if you want to use the Deep L translator's result, if I knew that, I wouldn't have given a shit about you.
それはそうだけど、他の人は思い当たるところない？
According to Google Translate, Kururugi says that's true. But does anyone else have any ideas? I feel like I can mess with that a little bit because the Japanese text has ellipses while the English version while the translated result goes with a comma. But in the English version, Kururugi says, I guess not. Hey, can anybody else remember anything? One moment. I do think I could reword it a little bit. Probably to... I guess you have a point. But... what about anyone else? Do you have any ideas?
そうは言われてもめぼしいところは探したしなあ。
According to Google Translate, this wolf demon is saying, even if you say that, I've looked around for promising spots, you see. In the English version, the very wolf demon says, we've looked in every possible place.
そうだよな。
hold on. Yeah, okay. No, I need to fix up that translation. So from the one before, it should be, even if you say that, we've looked around for promising spots, right? Because the other wolf demon responds with, that's right. While in the English version, he says, yes, that's right.
でも相手はしょっちゅうこの辺を襲ってるんだろ？だったら近くにいるんじゃないかな。
According to Google Translate, Kururugi is saying, but the enemy attacks this area frequently, right? If so, he must be nearby. Or he might be nearby. In the English version, Kururugi says, isn't the killer always coming around here? If that's the case, then don't you think the killer is somewhere close?
近く。
From Google Translate, Koga repeats the word near with an ellipsis, so not sure if he is focusing on the word near or if he cuts himself off from saying nearby because he clues in. In the English version, he says close.
そうか。あそこか。
Alright, and then from the translation, from Google Translate, Koga's apparently saying, right, over there? But in the English version, they actually change what he says to, I know, that's where the killer is. So, definitely different. Definitely different in that regard. And then they all just leave.
あ、おい、どこ行くんだよ。
From the Google Translate results, Kururugi says, hey, where are you going? Well, in the English version, they say, hey, wait, where are you going?
"とにかく後を追いましょう."
And then from Moroku, Google Translate has him saying, anyway, let's follow him. Well, in the English version, Moroku just says, let's follow him. And thankfully, we don't have to leave manually.
あ、こうが。やっと追いつけたよ。
The Google Translate result from Kururugi is coming up as, Koga, we finally caught up. In the English version, they have Kururugi say, Koga, I finally caught up to you.
遅えじゃねえか。
Let's see, for Koga, Google Translate has him saying, you're late, aren't you? Well, in the English version, they have him say, what took you so long? I mean, both are fine. Since there's no question mark in Koga's dialogue here, though, you could also go with Koga saying it took you long enough.
そう言われても。
Okay, for Kururugi, their response from the translator is, even if you say so. While in the English version, they had Kururugi say, sorry, couldn't help it.
てめえがいきなり消えやがったんじゃねえか。
I guess another translation for Koga would have been, you sure took your time. Let's see. From InuYasha, the translation would be, you bastard, you just disappeared all of a sudden. In the English version, they have InuYasha say, you're the one that disappeared all of a sudden.
うるせえな、ノロマの犬っころが。
Okay. From Google Translate, Koga is saying, how annoying, slow-witted dog. I mean, I guess it could also be reworded to, how annoying, stupid dog. In the English version, I mean, the English version has him say, shut up, you slow mutt. I mean, for the translation result, I guess, having it be, shut up, you slow-witted dog would be fine.
なんだとてめえ。
From Google Translate, InuYasha is saying, what did you say, bastard? Well, in the English version, they just went with, what did you say?
もうやめてよ二人とも。
From Google Translate, it starts with Kagome just getting annoyed and then saying, stop it, both of you! In the English version, they instead have her say, please, both of you, stop it!
この二人どうしてこんなに仲が悪いんだろうね。
From Songo, Google Translate has it, has her saying, these two, why are they on such bad terms? In the English version, they have her say, "Why did these guys hate each other so much?" Which I do think I'd go with the wording from the English version in this regard.
どっちも救いようがないくらいガキじゃからな。
Okay, Shippo. According to Google Translate, Shippo says, "They're both hopeless brats." Wow. Shippo calling InuYasha and Koga brats. Interesting. In the English version, they instead have Shippo saying, "They're both helpless boneheads."
尻尾。
Okay, no, this is interesting. I don't need to translate this. It's just Kururugi saying Shippo's name. In the English version, Kururugi responds with Shippo. Like, you shouldn't be saying that. But from here, it's more Kururugi going, "Shippo, you're just going to add more fuel to the fire."
それより真犯人を探さなきゃ。
Or, more likely, "Shippo, if you keep that up, InuYasha's gonna hit you again." Which is much more likely. From Kagome, Google Translate has her saying, "Rather than that, we need to find the real culprit." While in the English version, she says, "Never mind all that. We need to find the killer." So I do think the Google Translate results starting with "rather than that" probably could do with "forget all that" to try and like forcefully shift the conversation.
ああ、そうだったな。
The translation result for Koga comes up as, "You're right." Well, in the English version, he responds with, "Oh, yeah, right."
ねぐらの周りで調べてねえのはここだけだぜ。
Let's see. And from Koga, from Google Translate, apparently he says, "This is the only place around the den that hasn't been checked." While in the English version, he says, "This is the only area around the lair that hasn't been checked." Which, close enough.
でもここはちょっと。
From Google Translate, Kururugi is apparently saying, "But here it's a little bit..." I think that can be touched up a little bit. In the English version, Kururugi responds with, "But it's kinda..." So I think for the Google Translate result, it could also be, "But this place is a little..."
どのくらいなんだ。俺が見てきてやら。
Because Kururugi is the only one who remembers falling into the goddamn swamp. From Google Translate, InuYasha is apparently saying, "It's just mud. I'll go and see for you." In the English version, he says, "Who cares about mud? I'll go check it out." I don't need to translate that. That's just him crying out in surprise. Like he wasn't expecting to fall in after Kururugi did. And he does the same in the English version.
泥遊びとは楽しそうじゃねえか。
Let's see. Okay, interesting translation result. From Google Translate, after the laugh, Koga's apparently saying playing in the mud sounds like fun, doesn't it? Well, in the English version, they instead had him say, is it fun playing in the mud? According to Google Translate, InuYasha saying, hey, don't laugh. In the English version, he says, you stop laughing. I think the translate result can be extended a little bit to probably, hey, don't you laugh at me.
やっぱりダメか。
According to Google Translate, Kururugi is saying, are you sure it's no good? Well, in the English version, Kururugi says, it's no use. In that case, I probably would touch up the translation results. Instead of being, are you sure it's no good, since there's no question mark in the text. It probably looks like it's no good.
なんとかして足が沈まないようにできないと先へは進めそうもありませんな。
Let's see, from Moroku, according to the Google Translate results, he says, somehow, unless we can keep our feet from sinking, I don't think we can go any further. In the English version, he says, unless we can find a way to not sink in the mud, we can't go on. I don't need to translate that, that's just Koga saying, damn it. And then he just runs off because he doesn't know what to do. Considering what's coming up next, though, I think this will be a good place to stop for the for today. I'm honestly a little surprised at how long it took, but again, a lot of the translation stuff took a bit. So, until next time, this has been the Azure Guardian. See ya.